most of the roles I've actually done or been at least that level of a role of understanding day-to-day responsibility, and the technology's changed dramatically, right? That's the big, thing that's changed in our day-to-day external role and the way we market and promote the Boston College brand. But football specifically, what we're doing is really multitasking. I think 3 years ago, what we were doing was traditionally trying to really do the measurables, right? The revenue generation that you're looking at, core fans, lifelong fans, how do you retain them? How do you maintain them? How do you grow them? That's really important. And then beyond that, how do you have attendance at games? And then how well are you engaging them from a street to seat, that whole perspective of connecting, planning up through the game day, and then how do you really reconnect on post, and what level of frequency are they engaging with the BC product? How to continually move them up the escalator, I think, is really important to a heavy user. So that was kind of what it was up until maybe 3 years ago. And then we really knew there was a change coming. And today's role is really in multitasking. It's that core responsibility of we're overseeing marketing, sponsorship, university licensing, ticket sales, ticket ops, corporate sponsorship. But in addition to that, you're weaving in these additional opportunities that you add in the student athlete brand to that and the co-branding with Boston College. And we really look at a whole new wave of responsibilities, and it's changing. That's the big thing, is what it is today. You're trying to anticipate, but you understand the rules are developing and evolving. So we're changing with that. So we're having a good pulse of what's going on around the country, what's going on in your conference, but what's special to Boston College too, and what makes us different, and how do we maximize that?
When you create this narrative around alumni donation, revenue generation, it seems that those lines are becoming a little bit blurred now. It used to sit your donors, your alumni advancement was always one little extra strategy you relied upon it. And then the commercial side, which you're talking about, do you see those two coming together now? Donor fatigue and changing donations into investments. How is that happening for you guys at BC?
I think it's important to be aware that what you may understand may not be the same of someone who's outside of the organization. And so really having a good understanding of what they know and how they're obtaining that information and what you want them to know about Boston College specifically. So I think a lot of that is a coordinated effort amongst multiple departments on campus. Obviously, athletics is at the core, and we have an athletic development team that does a great job, and they work with university advancement. But you're really working through from a leadership priorities. How does that work with in relation to athletic development, athletics, and what messaging are you putting out macro wise? And then as you get down to groups or individuals, understanding their specific needs. So within programs and what a donor is looking for too, right? Because you had traditional endowment opportunities, scholarships, facilities, and now you're adding on another layer there with revenue sharing and then NIL opportunities. So really looking at what opportunities there are, but also where are you hoping to educate them, because they're going to make those decisions and priorities based upon what their interests are.